Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is time for our weekly recap of Love After Lockup. This is season 3, episode 44, and it was titled Secret Cellmates. This is the season finale or the mid-season finale because y'all know how they bring back, Life After Lockup. Is it Life After Lockup? Yeah. Life After Lockup for a couple episodes, and then they end up bringing these people back. So it's kind of like a mid-season finale or a season finale. But at any rate, y'all, before I jump into this recap review, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button along with the share button. All right, y'all, let's just jump into it. We are going to start with Courtney and Josh because they really didn't have too much going on. We see him putting up all these like sticky notes all on the door, all like one around the dog, one in like a dress, one in the kitchen. Like he putting random notes around, and he basically saying like he wants to show her that he wasn't all talk when he was in prison, and he wants to be romantic because that's what she needs. And then we saw like a flashback of them arguing and stuff like that. So he just wants to show her that, you know, he's serious about the relationship. He's serious about the things that he said when he was in prison and yada, yada, yada. She comes home from work and she's like, what'd she say? She was saying like she was starting to regret losing her job and stuff for him or whatever. So she feeling tired because she just kind of got home from work. So then she goes to the front door and she sees the sticky notes in like a heart shape. And then they had like a little note in the middle telling her to go in the house. And then she saw all her 50 dogs. And one had a little note on his neck. So then she went to the kitchen because it was said something about the spices or something. So she was like, no, not the kitchen. So then she went to the bedroom. She saw this little blue dress on the bed and stuff. She said, ooh, my breast's gonna be out, but you know, whatever. And they told her to go take a bath, put that dress on, and then go for the next little note. So it was like a love scavenger hunt. It was real cute. So then she put on a little tight dress and stuff, and her boobs was hoisted. And you know, she goes to the kitchen, she grabbed his favorite food, which is some Sour Patch Kids. She bring that with a glass for her wine and stuff. Then she go out to the tractor trailer, and then he had like another note telling her to go somewhere. And then the place she went was where he had like a picnic set up for her, and he was just laying out on the picnic, laying out on the blanket with like a little picnic basket, some wine, fruits and all that other stuff, some cheese and, you know, little meats and stuff like that. And it was real cute. She was surprised and stuff. She gave him kisses and stuff like that. He ended up apologizing to her. She apologized to him. And they were saying, like, you know, they're going to have to work on some things. He ended up opening up a jar of pickles and put his ring, I guess a new ring, in a jar of pickles because he flushed his old wedding ring down the drain. Well, not down the drain. Well, it's still a drain. Down the toilet when he was in jail because he got mad or whatever. So he brought a new ring, put it in the pickles child, and then, you know, he put it on. So then she went to do something. He took her ring off, and then she was like, "Can you pick my ring?" And he was like, "Well, you gotta give me a kiss first." So then he gave her a kiss, and then she was like, "All right, give me back a ring." And so then he put the ring on and was like, "Will you marry me?" She was like, "Are you serious? This is what you want?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm serious. Will you promise to stay with me forever?" She was like, "Of course, yes, yes." So of course they, you know, they already married, but then they want to have a big wedding because her dream is to buy a house, what'd she say, a house, foster some kids, and have like a big marriage and stuff like that. So she said nothing won't stop their love. They're gonna have arguments and stuff like that, but as long as they can recoup from it and, you know, bounce back, you know, they're gonna be all right. He was telling her, you know, he gonna have to leave in a couple days and stuff because remember he can't stay with her. He has to quarantine with the cousin, and then he can come. I don't even know if he, after he not quarantine with the cousin, live with the cousin, parole with the cousin. I don't even know if after his, I guess after his parole, it wouldn't matter if he living with her or whatever. So yeah, that was the plan. But child, that was pretty much it for, you know, the segment and stuff with them. At the end, they tell them, you know, tell us where they at and stuff like that. Their ending was they're still married. She's still married to Josh, but she living alone. He violated his parole, child, and got sent back to prison for 6 months. I said, child. See, he shouldn't have lived with that cousin. I'm sure if he would have stayed with not Brittany. If he would have stayed with Courtney, he probably wouldn't have went to jail. But he was with his cousin, living wild and free. Went back to jail. But I don't know about this time if he out or if he's still in jail, but you know. Anyway, y'all, let's move on to Brittany and Ray. So She finally gonna have the daddy come over and meet Ray. But the daddy with her older stepsister or whatever, and they've been out and stuff, so the daddy coming over with the sister. Child, she's trying to get Ray dressed, like, don't wear that. Wear like a collar shirt, with some pants on so we can cover up the ankle bracelet because they don't need to see that and stuff. And he like, well, she get me all dressed and stuff. Like, I know how to look and carry myself or whatever like that. But he ain't fussing with her. He just told us that. So, she like, look, my daddy do not play when it comes to me or whatever like that. So be prepared. He was like, ooh, I feel like I'm finna go up in front of the judge again. So the daddy come. And daddy get out the car with the sister. And they in the driveway. She being all friendly and stuff. Oh, you got that bling on, girl? I said, girl, it was just some little Payless sandals. Girl, stop playing. But anyway, she stopped him in the driveway. She don't even want them to go to the house shit. And she tell the daddy, well, Ray got out and he just stopped by to see me. I said, girl, you still lying? Like, you still lying? Like, what if Ray was like, well, welcome to our house or whatever, and the daddy was like, well, you just stopping by. Like, she didn't even think about stuff like that, but whatever. And then the ambush the father and the guy's sister, no, not the guy's sister, the sister, to ambush them in the driveway and be like, oh, well, he over here, you want to meet him? Like, girl, you could have gave them forewarning beforehand. But again, maybe they wouldn't have came over if she did. So I kind of sort of understand why she did it. But anyway, the daddy like, I guess. So they go inside and the dog, he trying to steal the show. He wants some inspection and stuff like that. But the daddy basically just want to know who Ray is and stuff and what he about and what's his intentions for, Brittany. I'm about to call that child Brittany. So the dad like, well, what's your age and stuff? And he telling him, 29. He was like, okay, well, you got your whole life ahead of you and stuff like that. He was like, yeah. And, he started telling them like he just wants to get back out there and work and stuff and do what he knows best is working. So the sister like, well, if you always had a job, like why you end up in jail? And I understand where the sister was coming from, but she was being real shady. Like it was just her and Brittany in the room together. I was just like, girl, you can phrase your stuff a better way, but whatever, child. He was like, well, I was young, I was stupid, and I made a mistake, and I wish I didn't make that mistake or whatever. And so she was like, oh, okay. And then she was just like, well, he a smooth talker. He, talking a lot or whatever. But, she told him, like, I just got to get to know you a little bit more. But then again, she really wasn't even talking to Ray. She was talking more to the sister. And that really irritated me, too. Because, like, the man's sitting right here. You could be like, well, I just got to get to know you more. She was like, well, I just got to get to know him more. I'm like, but he's sitting right there. But whatever, child. Anyway, he said he planned to work. The daddy said that he worried that she gonna get hurt again. Because remember her last relationship, she was in an abusive relationship. So the dad worried that, that's gonna happen again because the other guy was nice and yada, yada, yada. And even the sister was saying like, the other person was nice and they start off real nice and everything like that. Then they flip the switch and then they meet, they get all these demons and stuff like that. So they just want to make sure she's going to be safe or whatever. And then she was like, well, we got to tell you something. He is tethered here. We decided to, move in together. So we're living together. And his sister was smiling. Like, I guess it was a nervous smile. So she was like, well, I'm just glad y'all taking it, real well. I was surprised that you smiled. She was like, I'm not. Dad was like, well, I wish y'all would have said something beforehand so I could have voiced my opinion and whatever like that. And he talking about something, he worried that she's settling and he want to make sure that Ray is real sincere with his decisions on moving in with her. And they like, well, you working 2 jobs, like, when he gonna step in? Like, the man just got out of jail. He still got an ankle bracelet on his leg. Like, I'm sure once everything gets settled, he gonna find a job and yada, yada, yada. But, and even, Ray was saying, like, once I get a job, everything going, I'm going to take some of the weight off of Brittany and stuff like that. And the sister, like, well, I don't understand why y'all rushing it so much or whatever. Like, take some time and stuff. And he said he got plans and stuff, but, why y'all rushing it? Like, what's going on or whatever. And even Ray was like, well, I feel like the sister kind of being real shady and real, like, judging me a little bit. And I can see why, like a little bit, why she would be concerned. But all that shade and judgment and all that other stuff she was throwing out there, that was unnecessary. I can understand why she would be concerned because her sister was in an abusive relationship before. I'm not saying that Ray would abuse her, but they didn't know that the dude before was going to do all those things to her. And then because he has that stigma from coming out of jail and yada, 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 they're afraid that, he going to be the same way. I can understand where they'll be concerned. But that shade and stuff, that was for the birds. She could have went on about her business with that. And Brittany basically telling them, like, look, I'm grown. Like, I'm a grown woman. Like, y'all gotta let me do stuff and let me move the way I'm moving and stuff. And they was like, all right, whatever. Dad, like, we all fall down, but it's the way we get up. So, just kind of prove yourself to me. And then once I see that you actually doing stuff, like you showing me you moving with action, then I sit down, get to know you and stuff like that. And, welcome you in. But right now, it sounded like he was saying like Ray was on like a probationary period or something like that. And I was just like, And so Brittany was like, okay, well, you can tell Mom. He was like, no, you want to tell Mama. I ain't telling her nothing because she ain't going to be mad at me. So then the next scene, like later on, they went out on their first real date or whatever because he ended up getting his monitor taken off. So he free child. He driving the car and everything. She was saying like her dad don't really like her shacking up with somebody or whatever. So she want to get married. He looking like, well, maybe we can get married about 2 to 3 years. She's saying like her eggs finna dry up and whatnot. And he like, well, I guess we can have a baby in the next year. And she like, well, okay, but don't you think we should get married first and then have a baby? He was like, well, no, I don't think our family would say nothing. He do not want to get married right now. And she like, well, 2 to 3 years. So he was like, well, what about engagement? She was like, yeah, I could be engaged, but don't give me no hush ring. So you propose and then we don't get married until about 2 to 3 years later or whatever like that. He started giggling because that's exactly what he was about to do. She was saying like he need to keep that same energy that he had when he was in jail, when he had that monitor on. He need to keep that same energy, like we gonna get married, we gonna be together, yada, yada, yada. Don't be switching up on the timeline and stuff. And then his check came. Of course, she had to pay for it. You could tell he was like a little uncomfortable, a little uneasy that she was paying for it, whatever. But he did say he was going to get a job and was going to take some of that weight off of her and buy her gifts and all that other stuff. So I was like, all right. Because he a man of his word and all that other stuff. So the ending was she's still waiting for her proposal, but Ray got a job. So yay. And he plans to meet her mama soon. I said, don't hold your breath on that one. Because she probably ain't going to meet you until you walking down the aisle with her daughter. And then she still ain't going to meet you. Because she ain't going to be at the wedding. Anyway, y'all. Lisa and Stan. Let's go and get these people over, child. Because I don't know why Lisa playing with this man. She don't want this man. But then again, she want this man because he got the money. And did y'all see how she was sizing up this man's house and his assets and Stan so stupid? He was just talking. He was showing her the paperwork. I said, Stan, what are you doing, sir? What are you doing? So they in the kitchen. He going over his money, his dividends, his stocks, his bonds, his everything, child. She like, oh, okay. So we'll stay right there. He was like, oh, I need some more checks or whatever. Oh, you got more checks? He was like, yeah, upstairs. Oh, okay. Like upstairs in the drawer next to the what? The socks. Oh, okay. I'm like, girl, he's so stupid. He basically living off his dividends. So he made some good stock proposals and all that other stock moves, yada, yada, yada. Look, I don't know what it's called. I just know I put it in a little bit of the stock and stuff like that. And I just watch it on the apps. But the lingo, I need to learn. I need to watch some YouTube videos on it. Don't judge me. But anyway, he's telling her all about the money, child. He living off his pension. They say pension. He living off dividends and something else. I want to say pension, but I don't think he said pension. I don't know. But he ain't working, and he worth a whole lot of money. He told us he was worth like $2 million. She said that he was worth like 2.107,000. She said something weird, and I was like, what? So maybe she was saying 2.1,700,000. Maybe that's what she was saying. So she know it down to the cent. Okay. So I said, Stan, why is you telling this girl this stuff? So he tell her like Dash is coming over to help him, bring her car over or whatever like that. And she, like I said, she counting the checks, and he's saying like, you know, he want to get married to her. He want to share. He want her to just to be her lifestyle and her life or whatever. Child, she's still texting old chick or whatever that we found out is a chick. But, you know, that wasn't like a big shocker or nothing like that. But we found out that she is texting this other girl. Dash come there to pick up Stan and take him to the car dealership, you know, so Stan can drive the whip back. So Dash like, so you trading in one of these? He was like, no, I'm going to pick up her car. Dash like, what? You going to pick up who? Her car. How long she been out of jail? Like, what's going on here, Stan? So he was like, well, you know, it wasn't a lot. It was only $13,000. Dash like, only $13,000. I said, damn, only 13. You just throwing it away like that. So, you know, I can send you my P.O. box then, you know, and then you could just mail me a check for $13K since you just throwing it all willy-nilly in the air. Like, he just like, I just wipe my ass with that every day. Like, damn. But anyway, Dash, like, he is not naive, but like, what the hell is he doing? Like, he acting real naive. Like, why would he get her this car? Like, I don't understand. Like, Stan, like, over the last few days, we've been getting along real good. And I'm like, the last few days does not equal forever, Stan. Like, get it together. And the car gonna be in Stan name and in Lisa name. So I said, I can already see Lisa not gonna pay these payments, and it's gonna go fall right on Stan, and Stan cause Lisa ain't never had no. She tells us later on that she ain't never had a job, never had a job. So where's she gonna get this money to pay for this car note? Oh, okay. Anyway, Dash asking all the right questions and stuff like that. Stan in denial. He think that she want to be with him and want to live this happily ever after and stuff like that. He don't think that she using him, child. And at the house, Lisa up here calculating she looking on a damn, I don't know, eBay or something, the app, something, child, telling her how much each damn baseball card that he got on his wall is worth, and she like, oh, this one gold or whatever. So oh, that one worth a lot of money. Okay, what? This was signed by Babe Ruth? This can't be real. Oh shit, that's worth a lot of money. Like, she is calculating all this stuff in this man's house. I said, Stan, you dumb as hell. You dumb. You too damn trusting. Why? Just why? And so she go outside talking on the phone and stuff like that. Dash in the car, he's talking about he want to meet her and yada yada yada, and he got a good sense of, you know, pulling out people's F shit or whatever. So he gonna know if she full of it or if she really wants Stan and stuff, and he gonna figure that out real quick. So she outside on the phone, child, talking to her girl, and the girl like, well, I don't know what's going on with you, Lisa, but you know, I know you want to figure it out, yada yada yada. And she like, you know what, I'm not even going to trip. But you know, I do miss you and I love you. She was like, yeah, I love you too. I said, girl. So then we see them cooking up some Tyson's chicken or whatever like that. They put it in the oven. Stan can't even cook the damn Tyson chicken. I said, Stan, it's frozen chicken. The directions is on the back of the baggie, because, you know, I make it sometimes myself. So how you gonna fuck up the damn frozen chicken? It tell you either $350 or $400. Just set the oven for what the baggie say. Why you trying to go over what the baggie say? Like, come on now. He burning up the chicken because they cooking the chicken. Because, you know, Stan, he can't even cook toast, okay? So they cooking this stuff because her family coming over. So her mama, or it's like her godmom, but it's more like her mama because her mama ain't raised her, and her brother coming over. Child, this the brother that was in and out of jail, and she tells us, it feel like something on my nose. She tells us that just the brother Rick then taught her how to make meth. I said, what? What kind of family? Child, staying worried about the family coming over, because he like, it's a family full of criminals, but I'm worried if they gonna like me or not. I said, Stan, that should be one of your least worries, okay? You need to be worried if they gonna steal something out that goddamn baseball room, because you just bringing everybody all up in there all willy-nilly. The mama come over, the brother come over, the brother wanna go talk to Stan, because he like, Stan a piece of shit, and I don't appreciate him putting my sister out on the street with her bags. I don't trust it. So he upset and he want to tell Stan off, okay? But he don't really tell Stan off, for real. Stan take him into the baseball room, show him all the baseball stuff, because he a Jets fan. What do you say, Jets or Mets? New York Mets? No. New York Yankees. It's the Yankees. So he's telling me he a Yankees fan. Did he say he was a Yankee? It don't matter. He said up he a fan of baseball, child. And then I guess the brother a fan of the Cardinals or something like that. And then so they giggle a little bit. And he tells Stan, like, look, me and my sister basically like twins, okay? She told me what you did when you threw her stuff out there on that street, and I ain't like that, okay? So I don't need you doing that to my sister no more, because next time you do that or you do something like that again, I'm coming up here and I'm going to check you. You understand? Stan was like, well, all right. It really wasn't nothing big, because Stan was like, I wouldn't hurt her. Because the brother brought up the ex-boyfriend and stuff like that, and or the ex-husband, and Stan was like, well, I wouldn't hurt her in no way like that. Only lovingly I would hurt her. And outside on the back porch, the godmom or the mama, she was telling Lisa, you know, like, when he put your stuff out there on that street, I would have been like, deuces. I'd have kept on walking. He wouldn't have got nothing out of me, boo-boo. And she was like, well, you know, now the ball is in my court. I'm basically playing him for, you know, what I can get and stuff like that. And so she was like, look, he paid up all my tickets. He brought me a new car. He brought me this hair. He brought me some clothes. I said, you need to take that hair back. But he brought me some clothes. And then she like, he spent about $13K on me already. She was like, all right, well, you doing good. You doing good. I said, see, Stan, instead of talking to the brother, you should have been ear hustling on what her and her mama was talking about. Stan, god damn. So in the confessional, I guess the producers asked her, would she be dating Stan if he ain't had no money? Here she go. Well, I don't know how to answer that. Bitch, yes. No. I'm sorry. Bitch, no. You would not be dating Stan if he ain't had no money. And that's what she told her. She ain't never have a job. Never had a job. So we know that you only was Stan because he got that money. Don't play with us, girl. But anyway, Rick basically tell us that he always gonna watch Stan. And then we had already knew that Lisa had found him on Seeking Arrangements. And Seeking Arrangements is basically a person looking for a sugar daddy. That's all it is. Like, you go on there, you fill out you make your little profile and stuff like that, and where you live and yada yada yada, and you basically get signed up, or I think you sign up, or no, you do your registry or whatever like that, and then they like find you, or they'll find your page and reach out to you and ask you, do you want them to, can you be their sugar baby or whatever like that? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So it wasn't like a prison website. Well, he met her before she went to prison, but she is on the Seeking Arrangement site. And I think maybe that's how he rekindled with her on the Seeking Arrangement site. He saw her or something like that. I'm not sure. But that's what Seeking Arrangements is. So basically he gotta know that she playing him a little bit, because that's what the website is all about. Like, hello. But anyway, child, it was like this little segment where she showed us all her straps, her gags, her whips, and all this other stuff. And then she told us how they make a strap for prison. I said, wait a minute. So they take a glove, a pencil, wrap the pencil in like some bubble wrap or something, child. A rag. What she say? A rag and something else she said, like some foam or something, child, you know, to make it thick. And so then they get like a little state bra. So they wear like them sports bras. So you get like a state sports bra or whatever like that. And then you poke a little hole in the middle and you make it a strap. I said, ain't y'all inventive? Like, if y'all put all that energy into stuff outside in the real world, y'all be millionaires, child. I tell you. But anyway, she said that she last had sex before she got out of prison with her roommate. Like, that ain't no big shocker, child. And then she told us that she had a lot of fans and stuff, that she was PIMP up in the jail. And I'm like, girl, that ain't no big shocker too. Because I knew when she went to prison that she ate. Like, I knew she was hungry, and then she ate, and then she was full. She had a whole buffet right there. So I already knew that. That wasn't no big shocker. But anyway, what had happened? Rick, he's so blind. He don't even know his sister. Talking about something. He know his sister, and his sister, don't usually go on sites like that, and he can usually tell when she conniving, and it don't look like she conniving. Stan, it look like she really like him and want the real thing or whatever like that. And I'm like, Rick, you've been around that meth too long. If you don't get out this man's house, if you don't get out this man's house. So then she was saying, like, she don't really want to settle down. She used to being a free woman. She ain't used to being with no one man or one woman. She ain't used to doing that. So she want to be free. So she's still talking to the chick that's on the phone. And Stan is oblivious. I said, child. Anyway, their ending was Stan plans to propose to Lisa soon. And Lisa's still in her secret relationship. I said, child, when Stan find out, knowing Stan, he probably invite the chick over and so they can peg him together. Child, I wouldn't even be surprised. Anyway, let's move on to who next, child? Look, I'm stuttering and shit. Rachel and Doug. It was a toss-up between Rachel and Doug or Anissa and Jeff, but I thought, Anissa and Jeff would go fifth. But anyway, Rachel and Doug, child. So he tells us that he addicted to getting tattoos. And he got about 5, 6, 7 tattoos or something that Rachel represents Rachel. Like, I think he had her name on him like 3 times. And then it was like a picture or something. It was a lot of stuff that represented Rachel on his body. So I'm like, that's strange. Like, okay. But he said he felt like he high off of, getting a tattoo. So that's why he tatted from his forehead to his toe. So, it's like whatever. So we see Rachel, she on like her own little private, maybe her phone or something like that. And she like, he cheated on me. And it's like the middle of the night. She like, I just found out that this fool cheated on me, yada, yada, yada. So she opened up the front door. She throwing the wedding ring out into the front yard. I said, girl, you stupid as hell. Because I would have pawned that shit so fast. Anyway, the next day, child, she in the front yard looking for the ring. I said, don't tell me it was false and you took this man back or whatever. But no, the producer's like, what's going on? So she tell them what happened. So apparently Doug was talking to this chick before he even talked to Rachel. So he was talking to this girl before he even got married to Rachel and was talking to the girl the whole time he was talking to Rachel. So even during the marriage and all that other stuff, even when he moved or she moved in, Doug DJ or whatever like that, he was still talking to this chick. So I'm like, yo, dude, like you even got your son involved and the son been living with her for like a long ass time and you was still talking to some chick or whatever. So she was like, then I got this text message on Facebook because he told me he was going over to his friend Gary's house. So I was like, all right, cool, go to Gary's house or whatever. She said she on Facebook, minding her business, she get this Facebook message from Gary's wife, like, look, I know you don't know me, but I'm Gary's wife, and I think you should know that your husband came over to my house with some stank, and I found them in my bedroom. They was doing some ill nana shit, and what I saw was disgusting, okay? And he a dirtball, don't give him ish, and he ended up leaving with this woman. And look, girl, you need to run, just cut all ties with him, yada yada yada. So she like, oh, okay. So that's why she threw the ring and yada yada yada. So she said she was going to find the ring because at least she can get something out of the deal, like, like I said, take it to the pawn shop, to the jewelry store or something, get some money for it or whatever. Because then the ring cost like $5,000 or something like that. So so she can get something for it. But at any rate, she was saying like when Doug came home, he was lying, talking about something. It was Gary's mistress and he ain't want Gary to get in trouble, or and Gary and his wife going through some tough times or whatever. So they trying to put it all on him and ruin him and Rachel's relationship. I said, sir, if that was the case, why was you in the bedroom with the woman by yourself with the woman, probably doing some nasty things with your, like, come on, sir. Why was your stuff in her stuff? Like, that don't even make no sense if that was Gary's woman, like y'all sharing like that. But at any rate, she ended up talking to the mistress. The mistress then snitched on Doug. She told all the business, okay? She like, look, yeah, we've been talking for a long time. Look, here go the text messages, here go the videos, here go everything, girl. I said, damn, these hoes ain't loyal. That's what Chris Brown had said. But anyway, she was saying like she was, thinking that she had it made with him, like it was a real family and stuff. She had little Dougie Jr., she had Doug, she was enjoying waking up to them and cooking, chocolate chip pancakes and stuff. It felt like a little family and yada, yada, yada. And then when he re-proposed to her 2 days ago, she, was like, wait a minute. Like, that can't be the man who re-proposed to me 2 days ago. Like, and he cheating? Like, come on now. But, child, they do shit like that. So he get all upset. And he ended up punching the cabinet door, child. And then here he goes talking about see, I love you so much, I punched the cabinet door instead of you. Sir, if you don't get the fuck out of my house before I call the cops, or you end up stabbed in your throat, like, get out of my house, please. Get out of my house. So he done took all his stuff out of the dang on cabinets, the drawers, the closet, the everything, child. He had to stay at the house because, his ankle monitor was registered for there. So she stayed at her mama's house, like, for the night or whatever. But the next day, when she was looking for the ring and stuff like that, he was gone. I guess he had already left and changed his parole location and yada, yada, yada. So he had took all his stuff. Doug Jr. had took all his stuff, even the gaming systems and stuff like that. And she was like, I'm not stressed too much about DJ taking it because, I treated him like he was my son. But like Doug, all he was worried about was the things because he was real quick to get what I had gave him and snatch that all out and stuff like that. And she was saying like her whole family was gone like that. And she felt like she failed again or whatever. So, this like her third relationship, finding somebody online and stuff like that. So, yeah, girl, stop. Or I shouldn't even say online, the prison website or whatever. So, yeah, girl, it's just not working for you. Just go somewhere else. So her mama came over. Her mama was talking to her like that. And she was cleaning up. So cleaning up probably helps her, calm down, think and stuff like that. Because sometimes I do that too. Like if I get real stressed or real anxious, child, I will clean from top to bottom. My kids be like, what is wrong with her? Because I will just be cleaning. So she was cleaning and stuff like that. Child, why she put the bologna in the cabinet? The mama like, look, come. Sit down with me, talk. Come on, let's talk about it because you just put the bologna in the cabinet. That don't go there. I just did that. Well, I hate bologna. I said, girl, like, you should have told him to take that shit. But whatever. So she felt like she got crapped on and, he basically swindled her. And the mom is worried about Doug Jr. because, he got attached and stuff. And he been through a lot with his dad and, what happened to his mama again? I can't think of what happened to his mama, but his mama ain't there. And, he's just been through a lot and at 12 years old. And he shouldn't have to keep going through this because his daddy ain't shit. But the mama worried about DJ. And Rachel said, like, if, she got the chance to take DJ in as her son, she would definitely take him in because, she had a good bond with him. She is a good role model for him. And, like, she would willingly take him back. But she's not dealing with Doug no more. The mama was like, well, what's going on where they living? And they living in a camper in the backyard of the sister's house in Kalamazoo. I said, child. The mama was like, well, you gotta get him off the bank account. She was like, oh, he ain't had no access to my bank account. So the mama was like, praise God. Then we see him. He on a motorcycle with his hair blowing all in the wind. He's talking about something. He thought he was ready to be husband material when he got out of jail with Rachel, and then he thought he was going to be a good role model for DJ, but it was a huge change that he wasn't ready for. I said, sir, really? And so she tells us that she would not take Doug back or would never ever again. And she said that she retired from convicts and yada, yada, yada. She wanted to date an accountant and stuff like that. She did throw away the bologna. A week later, he was talking to us. It looked like he was like in a truck or something. And he was saying like the person, before he went to jail, he was talking to somebody and they never ended that relationship or whatever because they only ended it because he went to jail. So they just kept in contact with each other. And Rachel came along and so it was just like, oh, was she company? I could talk to her about some stuff, yada, yada, yada. But my thing is, you could have talked to her But you didn't have to get romantic with her. You didn't have to involve your son. You move your son in with this woman. Like, you ain't have to do all that. If it was just somebody to talk to, clear your head, yada, 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 like, why bring your son into all this? Why move in with her? Why marry her? Why do all of that? Like, you was just doing too much, sir. Like, And then at the end, and he said like his relationship with Rachel was alright or whatever, but it didn't match what he had with the other chick. What you had with the other chick that Rachel didn't give you? Because you was acting all shocked that she had 4 walls and a goddamn roof. So come on now. Anyway, the last thing that they showed for them was they're still legally married. But he was arrested again for violating his parole. Big shocker there. And DJ did end up moving back in with Rachel. So I hope she ends up getting custody with him, for him or with him, of him. That's it. Custody of him, and not have to involve Doug at all, because that would just be, ugh. So maybe he can sign his rights away, because I don't think DJ want to deal with his daddy anyway. This recap going to be long as hell, because the episode was 1 hour and 26 minutes, because it's the season finale. So I'm almost done, y'all. Let's get on to Anissa and Jeff. So she meeting up with her cousin, and she leaving the house and stuff, and they going to like the little flowery shop and stuff to go look for flowers, because she still want to marry him and yada yada yada. She tells us that she's still been upset since Kyle dropped the bomb, and she feel like the trust has been broken and stuff like that. We see him, he at the house, the PO and did a random call, he passed that and stuff, and he tells us that Anissa been acting real funny, like she been acting different, like something ain't right with her. But when he asks, she say, "Oh, nothing." So he know it's something, but she won't say. So he's telling us that, she got him a computer so he can get on the internet and stuff. And he like, technology is just so cool. It's just so cool. This is the best thing I learned since I got out of jail. So he go typing in the password, child. She didn't change the password. He like, she didn't change the password. So then he go snooping around. Like, every time I come over to this dresser, she freak out. So what's up in this dresser? Child, it looked like, at first I thought he found like a journal or something like that, but it turned out it was an old phone. So at the flower shop or whatever, the cousin like, "You sure you want to marry him? Like, what's going on?" Anissa tells us that he gonna get his ankle bracelet off, and then in 3 months they gonna get married and stuff like that. And the cousin like, "You sure? How many flowers you want to buy?" She was like, "Well, we can't buy too many flowers, because he done already spent up $9,000 since he been out of jail just buying up stuff." I said, "Girl." And the cousin was like, "Well, you need to cut up the card." "Well, I can't cut up the card. It's my debit card." And she was like, "Well, you need to hide the debit card." She was like, "Well, he goes in my wallet and takes it out." You making up excuses that don't sound like they solid. Like, you can do something with your debit card. Hide the debit card. You ain't got no phone where you could just put the card on your phone. He gonna get in your phone and child buy. I would figure out something. But $9,000 and he just got out of jail. Get the out of here. So she ends up telling her what Kyle had said. And so she like, "Well, wait a minute. He got a whole kid. Why he didn't tell you?" So she like, "I don't know. Like, I don't know why he didn't tell me," or nothing like that. Like, he should have had told me and stuff. And the cousin like, "So you still want to marry him?" She like, "Well, I don't know. Back on the ranch, he checking the phone, child. He see all these little lingerie pictures of her all up on the bed. And it's only like 4 names in the phone, and the only one he recognizes is Kyle's name. So he swear up and down that she having an affair with Kyle. I said, "Boy, bye." He believe in his gut that she's sleeping with Kyle, and she gonna have to answer something. And if he find out that she's sleeping with Kyle, he gonna cut off that ankle bracelet and leave, because he ain't into sharing, especially not with no damn Kyle. I said, "Well, okay." She back at home. She's sitting on the couch looking through her phone and stuff like that. And he like, "Baby, what's aggravating you? I know something aggravating you. Won't you just tell me what's aggravating you, baby?" And she like, "Ain't nothing aggravating me." And he like, "Come on, baby. I know something wrong." "Nothing's wrong. I know something wrong. You're just acting different, baby. You're just acting different." And so she like, "Ain't nothing wrong." "Well, you want to tell me something, baby? You want to tell me something?" And she like, "Well, you want to tell me about some kid?" And he like, "What? What you talking about, kid?" What you talking about, kid? Who told you about some kid? Kyle told me. I said, Anissa. No, girl. You supposed to just say I had heard. Not you telling who your informant is. Like, girl, you ain't loyal neither. So he like, oh, that son of a bitch, honky cracker. I said, did he just call him a honky? I had died. I said, did he call that man a honky? He was like, I'm going to beat him. Old bitch ass, old punk ass. I'm going to beat him. So Kyle was coming up to chill with him and Anissa with his girlfriend. I said, well, Kyle got a girlfriend. You could have fooled me, child. But anyway, he go outside. Anissa just like, whatever. I ain't fucking... she is unbothered. She's just like... I ain't going out there. I ain't going out there at all. So he go out there. He like, I don't care if he got a gun, a knife, or a stick. I'm a monster. I'm a damn monster. So security come. They holding him back and stuff like that. And child, they get to arguing. This is the stupidest. This is the most countryest argument ever, child. He talk about something. I'm going to whip your ass. I'm going to whip your ass. I'm going to whip your ass. Here go Kyle. What you waiting for? What you waiting? Because Kyle stayed in the car for a long time. And then he said something like, if you wasn't a punk or something like that, you get out the car. So then Kyle got out the car. Security was steady holding Jeff back. So he was like, I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to kick your ass. And so Kyle was like, well, what you waiting for? Christmas? What you waiting for? Is your whooper broke? What? I'm gonna whip your ass, you punk ass cracker. I'm saying, what did you just call this man a cracker? This white on white crime, child. But anyway, Anissa looking out the blinds like, I ain't going out there. It's not finna involve me. I said, Anissa, you caused this because you should have just kept quiet. So, Jeff is getting loose from the security. I mean, it was only one security, and Jeff kind of big or whatever. So he go over there and rush him. He was like, my whooper broke. My whooper broke. Where's your whooper at, punk ass? So he start hitting Kyle. Kyle fall down. Security pulled Jeff back or whatever. And so he like, I know you told her about that kid. I know you told her about that kid, you punk ass. So he mad. Kyle get back in the car. Kyle told me, I'm going to put a bullet right there. I said, oh my God. If they don't get this man out of here. So Anissa, she mad at both of them. I said, how you mad at Kyle? You the one who snitched Kyle out, girl. Whatever. So Jeff start breaking wood to show how strong he is. Kyle and his girlfriend, because we never did see the girl child. She go driving off down the road or whatever. Not Kyle. Jeff go in the house. Did y'all see all them Amazon packages that was on that doorstep? I said, see, he's still ordering shit. But he went in and told her what was going on. Because he was like, you going to tell her, and I was going to tell her in 5 minutes. I was going to tell her in 5 minutes. She was so mad. This shit was so country. Anyway, so he tells her that he didn't know anything about the kid or whatever like that. He saw it on Facebook or he got a message or something like that or email, some shit. And saying like he might got a kid and stuff. And he was saying like if he got a kid or whatever, he gonna be the pappy to the kid. And then Anissa was like, oh, okay. And so he was like, well, I also saw all them lingerie pictures in your phone. I already saw them. And she was like, well, why was he going through my phone and stuff? And she was like, and he was like, and I checked the dates on there and they were saying 2000 and 2019. Like we was together. Like who was you sending those pictures to? So she was like, look, I thought we was over, okay? Because we ain't talk, you ain't come home and stuff like that. And I thought our dream was over and we couldn't get married and yada, yada, yada. And he like, oh, baby, I didn't know that. You ain't expressed that to me. And so she like, yeah, but you know, because he was like, I know you was Kyle. She was like, ain't nobody but no damn Kyle. So, She was saying, like, you got out of prison and you was like a no-show, so we wasn't together. Like, ain't nobody bothering all that. But he asked her, you know, like, we still wouldn't get married and stuff. And she was like, well, you broke my trust. And I don't know if I can get that trust back. And he was like, we gonna have to work on that trust. Because, look, bitch, I ain't finna leave your ass. So... she said basically like she don't know if they're gonna get married or not because like if he lied about that, what else is he lying about? And then at the end, it said Jeff was sent back to the halfway house due to a parole infraction, and Anissa was waiting for him so they could get married. I said, girl, you stay waiting for this man. You stay waiting for this man. And last but not least, child, Beyonce and Nicole. So we see her, she waking up with Tia and stuff. She all happy because she cuddled with her boo thing. Tia like, well, look, I'm going to stay another night. You know what I'm saying? She like, all right. And she was like, well, you need to go, you know, meet up with Beyonce so y'all can, you know, get that, talk that out and stuff like that. And so she like, I don't know what I want to say. And at first she told us that she ain't do nothing with Tia. And I was like, girl, you lying because that ain't what the camera showed. But then she had showed us that she had got too toe up. And she ended up feeling sick from the alcohol because she a lightweight. And she felt like she was going to throw up on her if they had did something. And I said, girl, I'm glad you stopped. Because if you threw up in that girl vagina, that'd have been nasty. But anyway, Tia going, you know, they get dressed and stuff like that. Tia drop her off at the spot where she finna meet Beyonce. And I said, oh, shit, a nice little BMW. What kind of job Tia got? So, Tia watching her. And it was like an hour later. So... she like, Beyonce making me wait. I don't understand why he making me wait. He probably doing this on purpose, yada, yada, yada. Child, he get up there. I said, see, I like Nicole because she don't really get hyper. You know, she be unbothered most of the time. But, girl, you be dumb. Like, you know this man on your social media. So why you taking videos with Tia in the hotel, laying up with her while Tia vaping, you laying all up on her arm and stuff, and then they got the heart in the corner, and like this is your ex-girlfriend. Like, come on now. Like, that don't look right. That don't look right. So he like, well, I know she would have saw me. Well, I know she know that I follow her. Like, do she not know that I follow her? Like, she might as well have just tagged me in the goddamn video. So Nicole looking all stuck because he like, well, you all up on social media with your ex, and then the other night before you was with Zach. Like, what's going on here? Like, tell me something. Like, you want to be with me? You want to be with her? Like, you hiding stuff or whatever? She like, well, ain't nobody hiding nothing. I ain't had sex with either one of them. I said, girl, you lying because you already told us you had sex with Zach. So, I mean, you just ain't had sex with Tia. But whatever. So he like, look, you need to tell me what's going on. She like, well, I just want to move forward with you and stuff. He was like, look, you need to prove it. You need to prove it. What you need to do is you need to delete both of them from your social media because I deleted all my people. And she was like, ain't nobody telling you to, yes, you did tell me to delete all them people. Remember, you said an X is an X for a reason. Ain't nobody say all that. You always thinking us, I said something and I ain't even say nothing or whatever like that. And I don't like the way you coming at me. And then she tells us because she's sick, she don't really know how to respond because she don't feel good and stuff. And then child, why Tia walk up behind them with a glass and stuff. So I said, oh, Lord. So Tia like, look, I want to talk to you. So he like, oh, you want to talk to me? He was like, yeah. She was like, yeah, whatever. So she was like, no. He was like, well, you know, I see the social media. You posted up all on social media with my woman like she yours or whatever. And I got a problem with that. So she like, look, I don't want to step on your toes. You know, like me and her, we ain't do nothing. We ain't even kiss or nothing like that. I said, Tia, you lying. You don't want your girl to get in trouble. I understand, girl. You got her back to the end. Okay, I see you. But, you know, she tells us, like, I don't want to hurt his feelings because, you know, he seemed like he a cool dude and stuff like that. And he like, look, I don't know who gonna pop up. She popping up. Is Zach gonna pop up behind me? And I'm like, what's popping? So, you know, nothing like that. So, he like, well, did you know about me and stuff? And she like, yeah, I've known about you since prison and stuff. And yeah, I ain't really like your pictures, but, you know, you look good in person. You really a handsome man. You know, your pictures not so much. So he was like, oh, okay, you a handsome gentleman yourself. Lord. Not you a handsome. But okay, she ain't seem offended. So I said, oh, okay. So, he said he wanted to marry Nicole and stuff like that. They wanted to have kids, but he don't know because she acting fraudulent and stuff like that. And He like, look, I love you, but we can't continue like this. And then Tia, I'm like, okay, she had her back lying and stuff like that. She like, look, you need to pick who you gonna be with and just stick with it. Like, you can't be going back with me and stuff. Like, you gonna be with me or you gonna be with him. Like, you just need to make a decision or whatever. And so Nicole like, bitch, let me talk to you over here. She was like, all right. So they go over there to the side. And Tia basically like, look, this dude in love with you. Like, he in love with you. You need to let me know what to do. Because if you want to be with him, like, I will fall back. Like, just let me know. Say word or whatever. So she like, look, I just want to be with you. But I don't want her his feelings or whatever. And so Tia like, basically the ball in your court. She like, well, a court, not court. And she'll like, well, I don't like that I feel pressure because I want them both or whatever. But she gonna have to make a decision. So she go back over there to Beyonce and she like, well, who you riding tonight, you know? And she like, well, you rushing me and stuff. Cause he like, well, who you going home with? Who you gonna be with? You gonna be? She like, I feel like you rushing me or whatever. Like, I love you a lot. But, you know, I want to be with you. And he like, yeah, but you want to be with her too. Yeah, like, I just want to be like in an open relationship because, you know, I'm not ready to lose either one of you or whatever. And he was like, look, I'm such and such age. I don't want to share and stuff like that. I did that before and I ain't doing that again. Like, if you can't be exclusive with me, you can't be with me or whatever. And I ain't even feel the puss. Like, how I'm supposed to be sharing the puss? Like, I ain't even sniff it yet. So he all upset and stuff. And so basically they not together no more. She went on to Tia and she like, I'm 23 years old. Like, I'm not ready to settle down like that. And like all this rushy to settle down and stuff, like, that's not me. I'm not ready yet. And that's granted and stuff. But you can't be playing with people's hearts and telling them this and telling them that when you really, truly don't want to be with this man. You just want his money. So, she go back over there to Tia, tell Tia that she want to be with her. They walking down the damn sidewalk holding hands and kissing, child. I said, child, he like, look, I got to let her go. I think I'm done. I said, see, when you said I think, then you're not really done. Either you know you're done or you don't know you're done. So he going to be back. But anyway, we see like a scene with him and Derek. They end up burning Nicole Jr. child. He said a eulogy for the damn... Why he put Nicole Jr. in the goddamn casket? I said, Lord. And then he burnt it and sent it down the river, child. He said he still got love for Nicole or whatever like that. Maybe he just gonna move the way the wind blow. And if the wind end up blowing him back to Nicole, then so be it. But for right now, he gonna go out there and find him some real puss to dig up into. And then the last thing that said, it said he hasn't given up on Nicole. And it said that she was dating Tia. And that was it, y'all. This thing long as hell. So I ain't even gonna give y'all no extra stuff. Y'all tell me what y'all feel about this episode down in them comments. If y'all end up liking it, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and the share button. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.